Are you a prepper or homesteader looking to connect with like-minded people in your area? Looking to start your own preparedness group? Already have a group? Well, look no further than PrepperNet. PrepperNet is dedicated to personal responsibility, individual freedoms, and being self-reliant. PrepperNet has monthly meetings in over 100 cities where you can meet and learn with like-minded people in your area. PrepperNet, where preppers unite. Find us online at preppernet.com.
Fashion Emergency Hotline.
Help! Labor Day weekend is my last chance for a summer selfie. My last look got hundreds of likes. How do I top it?
Just go to Old Navy.
Old Navy?
Yep, Old Navy's got the season's most liked styles, like dresses in the prettiest prints, jeans in new washes, and colorful tees to pair with them.
I like that.
Yeah, all jeans, all dresses, and all tees are 50% off through Monday.
50% off all those styles? I really like that. Thank you.
Don't thank me. Thank Old Navy. Valid 9/2 to 9/5. Active licensed and men's package tees excluded.
Preppers Asylum is the premier preparedness outfitter. They carry in stock and ship direct the products you're looking for. MREs, freeze-dried food, Kelly kettles, water filtrates, first aid and trauma kits, stoves, personal protection, self-defense supplies, and more. Preppers Asylum are people just like you and I. Find what you're looking for and use promo code PBN at checkout to receive 10% off. That's promo code PBN for 10% off at preppersasylum.com.
You've just joined the Prepper Broadcasting Network, where we promote self-reliance and independence. The views and opinions expressed are strictly those of the host or their guests. Visit us in the interactive chat room at prepperbroadcasting.com.
Makes me feel like I'm going to march as a team and go get some great power or something. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the radio show tonight. I'm Forrest.
I'm Kyle.
This is the Prepping Academy radio show. We are live on Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we want to thank you for joining us. Again, we're every night live. Every night.
Every night?
Every night. Every Friday night.
I was going to say.
Every Friday night.
I have no recollection of these other nights.
You don't remember last night?
No, I don't remember.
Every Friday night we are live. Hey, if you're on Blog Talk Radio, we ask you to jump over to prepperbroadcasting.com so you can chat live in the chat room we have. It's fully interactive. You guys will post questions, we'll respond. Some we'll talk about on the air, some we won't. If you're a friend or foe, use a name that we would know you by. You know? Don't be one of them guys. And every friend we have has like a code name anyway.
Yours is what?
Well,
Nelson?
I think I'm the only one that doesn't have a code name. I don't know. So anyway, my friends have been trying to give me one, and I've refused every one that they've come up with. So, hey, but you can also, once you go to Blog Talk Radio, join in the chat room, listen to us. Prepper Broadcasting. The reason we want you to jump over to Prepper Broadcasting is because there's a chat room. If you're in the chat room at Blog Talk Radio, you're probably by yourself. That's always a boring conversation.
I mean, it depends.
It depends. Hey, you can actually call in. The number is 347-202-0228, and you can listen from that number, or if you want to ask a question, you can press 1, get in the queue, and G-Man, our producer, will let us know, and we'll take your question, maybe or maybe not.
And there are no stupid questions, right?
Yes, there is.
No.
No, there are stupid questions. Yeah. Absolutely, there is.
Yeah, there are.
So Kyle is with us tonight. He's not working. Were you with us last week?
Yeah.
Okay, it was the week before that I had to do it by myself with
Yeah.
Skinny Medic.
Skinny Medic.
Yeah.
You know what I figures I asked a couple of my employees, I said, did you guys watch the show? And they're like, oh, yeah, we watched one. Yeah. I'm like, that's great. Which one did you watch? Oh, the one with Skinny Medic. I was like, the one I'm not on.
Mm-hmm.
The one I'm not on.
And how are they watching this exactly?
I'm watching. You know what I mean. Well, there are other ones on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I told them about, so yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I didn't have a senior moment.
I didn't know. We're on TV now? Awesome.
Yeah.
So, no, didn't tell me. So, well, it's been raining like crazy here all day long.
Hurricane force winds. It's been pretty severe.
Yes, we have lost power, people, nothing. We just got some rain all day long.
That's been great. It's been great. 72, I think, was the high today.
Yeah.
No, there was a manhunt, though, today.
Oh, there was. Yeah,
It was actually, I guess, a lot of it took place right at my buddy's house.
Yeah.
Small town.
Right down the road, I think there was a guy, they said he had a shotgun. They locked down the school.
Yeah.
And, you know, if that happens in my neighborhood, the guy's going down.
I think that's happened in my neighborhood before. And I think my first response, my wife yelled at me, was to go and grab the AR-15.
Not the 22?
No. No, not the 22. No.
That's from my last week's show, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you do if you weren't home, though, and the guy was in your neighborhood?
I wouldn't know. If I wasn't home.
I mean, your wife say, hey, they're on lockdown. Police are going around looking for a guy.
I mean, if someone knocked on the door, I'd tell her to take a peek real quick and shoot through the door.
Shoot through the door.
Castle doctor, baby. That's the way it works.
My wife would open the door and offer him some tea.
You know, actually, I have a good story if we have a minute for it.
Go for it.
My mom, whenever she was growing up, she actually grew up next to a mental state hospital. And this place is massive. It's now a home for veterans.
Is that for convenience for you?
No.
Okay.
No. So when she was young, and my one aunt was still a toddler, my grandmother was at home, and she was feeding her. She had her up in her high chair. And this guy comes in, and he was from the mental hospital. He escaped.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes in, she's shaking, acting goofy, everything like that, asking for a phone book. You know, kept trying to go on and on. And I guess she ended up grabbing a frying pan and smacking him.
Nice.
And he ran out the door, and then she called my grandfather. And I think my grandfather was the one who ended up actually, like, basically stopping the guy. But she said that time he had his 57 T-Bird. And she called him, his car sales shop was right down the road. And she said he came flying. She could hear the exhaust from whenever he revved it up. And he peeled out, came down there. She said he was on two wheels coming around the corner, going up the road to go after this guy.
With a frying pan. I thought that only happened in TV shows.
No.
Comedy act.
Also in central Pennsylvania.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. It didn't knock him out, though.
No, I mean, he was nutty. She said whenever they ended up actually catching him, it took like 4 or 5 guys to restrain him.
Gotcha. Well, Kyle, we come to that time again.
What time is that?
The time is Kyle's conspiracy theory of the day. Or the week.
Of the week. Let's do the week. Okay, we're not a daily show anymore.
Kyle's conspiracy theory of the week. Now, let's set the stage. I am not much of a conspiracy theorist. Kyle believes everyone that's
I don't believe them. I'll research them.
Well, you think every one of them has at least some facts in it.
I do, yeah. To a certain extent.
So he's the conspiracy theorist. I am very skeptical.
It's kind of like this.
Okay.
You've heard the parable of the 7 blind men and the elephant, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I like to look at things from that and say, here's the difference in perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have different perspectives. What is the truth? And try to get to the bottom of that. Now, is it always possible to get to the bottom of it? No.
So do you and Alex Jones on talking basis?
No.
No, you don't talk to him every day?
No. I might listen to Alex Jones once or twice a month.
Okay. Well, it is that time. What is Kyle's conspiracy theory of this week?
You know, I feel like I've said it before, and in my mind, there's probably like 10 theories. One being, did you see the 5 million bottles of water that FEMA ordered?
No.
They put like a rush delivery on these things. They were supposed to go to an Air Force base, I want to say like in Alabama or something like that. So a bunch of people were saying that was kind of weird. What's up with that? They were having conspiracy theories that they were going to, get hit by the hurricane and Yeah.
They were going to open all the bottles and help flooding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, but you know what? I'm still bigger on. We're coming up on the election. DHS is now saying they're going to take over to make sure that there's no voter fraud. Yeah. I know. That was my
You know,
reaction.
I saw that. That's not. Is that a conspiracy theory or what is added to that?
Well, it's what is added to that, but it's going to be fraudulent, and it's probably going to be Hillary Clinton, who, by the way, today said that her little trip and fall is what caused her to forget everything about her emails. So she can't answer. So what happens whenever she's in the White House and forgets? Oh, I just hit that little red button. What does that do again?
Yeah, that kind of bothers me.
It bothers me greatly.
If I was her, that's a great excuse, though. And you blame it on something.
I mean, if I'm talking to my lawyer and I'm saying, hey, how can I BS my way through this? Right.
So you're saying the Homeland Security overseeing our elections, there's going to be great.
Oh, I think it's going to be. They'll make it close. They'll make it look like it's close, but I think they're going to make Hillary.
You're not one of these guys that believe that we're not going to get to an election?
Hey, let's take a quick break.
Are you a prepper or homesteader looking to connect with like-minded people in your area? Looking to start your own preparedness group? Already have a group? Well, look no further than PrepperNet. PrepperNet is dedicated to personal responsibility, individual freedoms, and being self-reliant. PrepperNet has monthly meetings in over 100 cities where you can meet and learn with like-minded people in your area. PrepperNet, where preppers unite. Find us online at preppernet.com.
You know, it's hard to say. I think if it's overwhelmingly looking like it's going to be Trump,
mm-hmm.
then no, I don't think we'll get to the election. I think we'll see civil unrest, maybe the start of World War III.
Sorry, I'm laughing here.
I really did.
Civil unrest and then straight into World War III.
Yeah.
Okay.
Economic strife, you name it. They will find something. This is
the elections. So in the next 2 months, we're going to have civil unrest and World War III is going to start.
Honestly, I think if you were to win the election, I think someone would pull something to start World War III before he was able to take office.
Mm-hmm. I do like the fact of all the movie stars and liberals that say, hey, if Trump wins, they're going to move out of the country.
I mean, that would be great.
Oh, man. I mean, that can't hurt America at all.
No.
So,
no.
But that would be awesome. Wish we could help them now.
Yeah, I'd help them start packing.
Yeah.
Chris Brown, P. Diddy.
Chris Brown, oh my gosh.
Did you see that this week?
Yeah, I did. I don't even watch. I don't keep. I
don't watch anything. I've only heard people talk about them.
TMZ is your first place for news.
No,
Come on.
Oh my God, no. No. If that's ever my life.
You get alerts on your phone from TMZ.
If that ever happens, you have permission to shoot me. Just put me out of my misery.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's Kyle's conspiracy theory of the week that crap's going to hit the fan.
Should we take a poll on this? Should we make it more interactive and say, give us your date. When do you think? Because, I mean, come on, there's only so many days up until the election.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think something's going to happen in what day?
Okay, in our chat room, if you have a date.
I'm curious.
And if you have an idea of what you think's going to happen, let us know. We'll read them on the air and laugh. I mean, no. One guy says, what do we win? You win a pat on the back.
Yeah, congratulations.
We will mention your name.
Honorable mention that day after event happens.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Congratulations, Bruce, from North Carolina.
From the bug out location that you'll never find. We will honor you and carve your name on a tree. No prize, no guesses. I'm telling you, we will give you the prize after it happens. We have to. We can't give it before.
I will have a mug made with Forrest's face on it and award that to you.
Dude, that could...
Within a week.
You could sell it on eBay for lots of money.
Yeah, no. No.
Oh, goodness. So, I mean, Prepper Broadcasting Network had an exciting week this week.
Oh, yeah?
Our owner/producer was quoted, and I think it was the Washington Post. I believe it was the Washington Post, and he's been bombarded with phone calls and people wanting to talk to him. And so that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think prepping became mainstream during Doomsday Preppers, but it kind of gave it kind of a bad name. But there'll be a time.
Yeah, I could name names who give it that name.
But I think there's going to become a time it's going to be back in the mainstream and not so negatively talked about.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be the day after.
Yeah,
I wish I would have.
Yeah, you may be right there. So, well, tonight we are going to be talking about putting groups together. Not necessarily your survival group, but a group where you can, gosh, I hate saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway, because I tell people this, where you can come out of the closet, because every prepper lives a secret life.
And let me tell you, folks, if there was ever an expert on coming out of the closet, it's
Kyle.
Forrest.
But, I mean, before Carolina Prepper Network,
mm-hmm.
your only friends that you had that were preppers were online.
Oh, yeah.
99.9% of them, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you lived in this, I won't say fantasy world, but all your relationships were with code signs or
my meaningful ones, yes.
Yeah, key names or, things like that. Like, Prepper 4968.
Yeah.
I mean, who's your best friend? Well, it's never mind.
Yeah.
Or
you know someone by a first name basis, and that's it.
Right. So what I try to get across is you need to be in a group, not necessarily your survival/mag group, but you need to be in a group where you can sit across the table, talk to like-minded people. And if you're not, you're doing yourself a huge disservice.
Yeah.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
Would you say that this prepping group, this meetup that was started in Charlotte, has that changed you, made you better, made you think more? More knowledge, more skills. How has it affected you over the last couple of years?
It's probably, I'm not going to say it's taught me a ton.
Mm-hmm. What? No.
Yeah. For a lot of people there, I think it's maybe reignited a passion for me teaching people.
Mm-hmm.
You spend so much time on the forums, you go over the same topics over and over and over. You get yourself into a routine, and then eventually you burn out on it. You don't really care. Like you said, it's the same people. There's nothing that's really going to be gained on there other than occasional banter and conversation.
Right.
And the people that you actually meet at meetup groups tend to be motivated, not just interested.
Mm-hmm. So there are people that are highly interested and highly motivated.
Yeah.
Now, the meetup does bring both.
Yeah.
Because there are people in there that we train them and talk to them and beat down. You got to do this, this, and this, and this, and they don't.
Well, I think I've found that over my time, probably my good friends who are into prepping, I've helped develop them into prepping.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to met them like yourself, like you were already developing into a prepper. I didn't have to be like, hey, bum, quit spending $3,000 on this vacation you don't need, and eating a filet mignon every night. Why don't you read the news, pay attention to this?
So groups are very important for several reasons. One is you can share knowledge, you can share ideas, your experience that you have, and sometimes you can't chat that out in a forum.
Yeah.
You can't. And when you sit across the table from someone, it changes things. So, and for the reason we're prepping, at least for myself, I'm not prepping to go and be a hermit and just absolutely disappear. At some point, I want to be a benefit to the community I'm in. And now is a good time as if I share my knowledge and my resources and you do the same, and then other people do that. It only will help the community be ready for something or get more prepared.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? I asked you the other night if you ever watched Jericho.
Oh, yeah.
And so far, it's not like, wow, this is a great TV show, but it's interesting. And my wife and I have kind of been binge watching. I think we're on like the first season, maybe like episode 7 or 8, somewhere along those lines. And we're watching one scene where, you know, the whole community goes out and they're helping with the crops and, you know, getting the corn before it all goes bad, all gets infested. And they're all having a cookout. So and I'm looking at her and I said, you know, this was filmed 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
10 years ago, if the country went through a collapse scenario, maybe that would happen. If it happened today,
it's chaos.
It's going to be just sheer chaos. You know, that's part of the problem I remember saying years ago, because that was around the time whenever I really started to kick my preppy into high gear, is looking at the country and saying, you know, things are getting really backslidden. But if it's a slow burn, by the time the event actually does happen, it's going to be miserable because people are all going to be already burnout.
Mm-hmm.
They're already going to be digging into their prepping goods.
Yep.
They're already going to have no cash.
So there's a benefit of being part of the community, even if it's just preppers in a group, of sharing resources, training, skills, and it improves everyone's mindset, skills, the works. So it's good for everyone. I mean, you've made some friends through the group. I mean, I actually did. We met at church, but we wouldn't have known each other or preppers, I think, unless the meetup or no. Oh, you had the dumb hat. That's right. Yeah. The Velcro military hat. And I'm like, dude, why are you wearing that in our church?
Yeah.
And we started talking. But I've met 2 of my best friends now in the meetup. And so what we're going to do is we're going to talk through the meetup, why you need to be in a meetup. If you don't have one, start your own. And I'm going to go through step by step and how I created the Carolina Preppers Network, which now has 1,800 members in 7 cities. And we'll share how you can do it. And we're going to go through. I mean, I think we all know. I mean, the reason why you need to do it. So I was going to do the how. Now, if you already have a meetup in your community, go to meetup.com, search preppers in your area, and if there's one, if it's active, go to it. Absolutely. Okay. If there's not, here's what you can do to start one. And if you're looking for a survival group, a MAG group, it's impossible to have one unless you know other preppers. You can't force people in there. And so a good way...
I mean, you can, but
you
it's
can.
really frowned upon.
You're going to need handcuffs. There's a lot of things you're going to need that you normally wouldn't have. But you're going to need to know many people, get to meet them, get to know them before you can actually...
What do you say the ratio is to people that you meet that are actual preppers, people you meet on a daily basis? Would you say it's 1 in 100, 1 in 1,000?
Well, I'd say 1 in 100 would have thought about it.
Okay.
And then, you know, people always say it's hard to meet other preppers. For some reason, I don't find that. I mean, everywhere I turn, I'm meeting someone. Maybe it's the people I look at them and I can tell by, you know, the paracord bracelet, the military hat with the Velcro in front, you know, a 511 shirt. I mean, anyone that has guns, in a sense, they are a prep. I mean, for personal protection, they're somewhat of a prepper. They're preparing for something that could happen. Something I've learned in the last couple of weeks is that homesteaders, you assume homesteaders are preppers.
No.
And they're not.
Just like I've often, you've heard the term gun preppers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people who are heavy into firearms. I don't really look at them as preppers. I don't think it's the same thing whenever you just have an assortment of firearms and no food and no provisions.
Right. Just because you have land and cows and chickens, it could be a lifestyle, But it doesn't mean you're a prepper, even though that some of the things that they do fall under the prepper mindset. Now, something I've preached for years is preppers need to learn how to homestead.
Yeah.
If they don't, they're going to die.
You need to learn virtually everything.
But you know, some of the homesteaders, they don't even have a year's worth of food, and they grow their own food. But anyway, that's not what this is really about. More guns. People putting more guns. Leadership is important. Yes, leadership is important. But you know what? When you start these groups, leaders will rise to the top and take charge if you're willing to let them do that.
Yeah.
So, but the first thing, the reason people, that they don't go to groups, what would be a big reason people don't want to go and meet other people?
Oh, they don't want you to know what they have, what they've done.
So let me ask you this. You've been to many of our prepper meetings.
Yeah.
How many times have you told people how much food you have, how many guns you have, what guns you have, and where they're located? Have you ever told any of them that?
Yeah, it's usually on the pamphlet I hand out every week. No.
So you've never had to reveal that information? No one stuck a gun to you?
No.
Does anyone in our group know where you live? No. So you could actually be involved with other people and still keep your operational security?
I mean, I could be with the government and nobody would.
We wouldn't know it.
Yeah. No.
Are you with the government?
No.
Okay. Because I do have a gun right here on my table. Don't know why sure I would shoot you just because you're with the government. But anyway.
Yeah, about your...
So operational security, you can still keep your operational security and go to these meetings and meet other people. You agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, so don't feel like that you're going to have to. Now, as a leader, I have this extra later in the show. As a leader, I feel like I have to reveal some of the things that I do and have planned.
I mean, you really shouldn't, though, because, I mean, transparency is something leaders often preach but very rarely follow through with.
Right.
I mean, if you want to, it's such a good precedent, but I mean...
Well, I did, and so before I really started these groups, I made sure that my plan was intact, was nailed down. So I have a plan, and no one knows what the plan is, but I have a plan. My family has a plan. And so that allows me to, I think, be a little bit more open, because I think there is some transparency. People need to know that I'm really doing what I'm teaching, I'm really doing.
Yeah.
And I kind of reveal that. I mean, I showed photos of my rabbits. I showed photos of my ham repeater station that I built. I show photos of some of when I'm packing food. I mean, I show a lot of information. I give information out to others that they could go, ooh, he's probably doing that, or he's done that, which for security is not good. But that's why I had to have a plan. And when I had that plan and worked out all the kinks, then I went. So as a leader, you got to do that. So you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
So,
and I think too, I mean, most people, they don't really understand. Like, whenever something actually does happen, you probably tell those people the same thing. Everyone's like, "Well, hey, I want to come to your house." It's like, well, I'm not going to be there.
Yeah, my neighbor will shoot you because I won't be here, but he will have the resources at my house, and I'm sure he'll be guarding it. And yeah, he'll shoot you. I'm not going to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, why would I want to go back to my house?
Yeah.
When I go to your house. Matter of fact, I've never been to your house, actually. I don't know where you live.
No.
I don't even know.
I'm pretty good at operational security.
I just thought of that. Huh. Yeah, I'm going to put a bug on your truck tonight. And so let's start a meetup group. Let's start, or attend one, but this is kind of geared towards you probably don't have one. I would say that 90% of preppers don't have a group to go.
I would say more than that.
More than that? Okay. So a couple of years ago, I started what we call the Carolina Preppers Network. We have 1,800 members, 7 cities. And the idea is for people to sit across the table, eat dinner with another prepper, and talk, share, and learn. Then we have someone come in and present a topic. Everyone benefits. Afterwards, almost at every one of our meetings, they're over at 9:30. I think I was in the parking lot last week until 11. People go, and we always do it at a restaurant. And so that's one of the things I'm going to recommend. And we did it at a restaurant. If you can imagine walking out at 9:15, 9:30, and people are still out in the parking lots 2 hours later. That's because, I mean, when you meet a prepper and you can talk openly about some things, it is comforting, relief. I mean, it's like...
Well, usually what happens when you come out of the closet.
You know, that's funny. So, what we do at our meetings, the meeting starts at 6. From 6 to 7, we have dinner. Everyone just sits down and eats dinner.
Just to give you a quick stat, so the idea just came across my mind.
Okay.
If you figure you have 1,800 members in 7 cities, there's roughly 20,000 cities in the United States of America. If you were to divide that and then tally it up, if everyone was proactive about this and got out there in their communities and in their local cities, started prepper meetup groups, you could potentially pull about 5.2 million people together in prepper networks.
Wow.
That's significant.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, you know, if you go to meetup.com and you do a search, and there's a way to do it, of the most active prepper meetups, almost every one of all my groups are usually in the top 10. So 7 groups were in the top 10. And I'm not saying I'm doing it perfect, but it seems like what we're doing is working.
Yeah.
We've had some meetings that we've had close to 100 people. The other night was a short, small, intimate, I don't know, between 20 and 30 people the other night. And it was almost like a roundtable discussion. Mm-hmm. It was some people's favorite night because we really just discussed some prepping basic things. It was really cool. And matter of fact, I've had many people comment, hey, let's just do a big roundtable or have a topic, and then little small groups discuss it.
Yeah. And
then we come in as a big group and do it again. So,
have you ever taken out any sort of advertising, like newspapers and like a...
You mean to get the word out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Yes. So what you need to do, here's what you, to start one in your area, you go to meetup.com. There is a cost. For a basic group, it's like 50 members, which you can start out with. It's $120 a year.
Okay.
For the unlimited, it's $180 a year, but you'll have to pay that in the beginning, but you can get your money back. You can get sponsors. All my groups have sponsors that pay for all the costs we run. So out of pocket, it doesn't, and your members can donate. Now, I've probably had maybe 350 donate it.
Okay.
And I use that to buy name tags, to pay for the software, meetup.com, or other different things. But so it may come out of pocket in the beginning because you do have to block that credit card. But so you create a meetup group, and it's almost if you build it, they will come. So here's what you got to do. This is the secret. This is the paid sauce right here. You've got to put... I would schedule meetups, virtual meetups in the city. And it will pop up on Meetup, hey, there's a prepper meeting group, and people will click and go and research and go, oh, I'll join that. If you don't schedule a meetup, your website, the only way it would pop up is if you type in prepper.
Gotcha.
I would also go to Craigslist. In every city we're in, you can go to Craigslist. And in groups, I renew them every single week. So they're at the top, Carolina Prepper Network, Wilmington, North Carolina. And then people can click on that and get more information. I have people that have put ads into free newspapers, like listings, like groups. If you announce a group or something, it's sometimes free. Mm-hmm. We have them in all these little teeny papers. And so all these groups are growing. Now, you don't want to, my first meetup, I think I wrote it down here. I had 7 people at my first one at Fuddruckers, the back room. And we sat and we kind of all looked at each other like, wow, this is what other preppers look like.
It was scary, wasn't it?
I know, it was crazy. This one lady, I mean, she came in and she had long hair, a long dress, and I'm like, oh gosh. She looked, I mean, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to go along with this.
Little did you know she had an AK-74 with a
No, probably. No. But I'm thinking, oh gosh, this is not going to go well. Ex-banker here, and this lady here, she almost looked like a hippie. Mm-hmm. Well, needless to say, 2 years later, that lady is amazing. We're great friends. She teaches some of my classes for me, and she goes by the name Elemental, mm-hmm. and she is the most knowledgeable person when it comes to herbs, edible plants, storing food. She is amazing.
Yeah, we've had some of her stuff there.
We've had her
she's
stuff.
She's made some things. What was that Fire Mountain Tonic?
Yeah. Yes.
Lord.
Oh, yeah. She is amazing. She's agreed to go to all the cities and teach some of these classes. And see, I went in with the wrong mindset. I was looking for other people like me, and that was the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, God broke the mold when He made you.
Dude, and we want to talk about you when you came in and showed your bug out bag, and people were looking like, dude, is he with like the Navy SEALs or something? Dude. But you got to go to Meetup, create a group in your city, and then get the word out. If you build it, they will come. People will find it. People are looking. In every city I have, they're growing every single day. I'll get 5, 3, 10 people to join, and it's growing. And so, like Hickory, North Carolina, we only have like 35 members.
That's still pretty good. There's only like 60 people in Hickory.
I know. No. But all of a sudden now I've met a guy. He goes, hey, I would like to start this and bring you in to teach classes. And so he's getting the word out. And since he said, there's another like 10 people have joined. We just started the Hickory group. And so now it's getting some momentum. They're getting ready to plan their first meeting. I probably won't be at that one. And they're just kind of organizing it, kind of getting together. And then I'm going to come in and bring some of my teachers that I've met at the network to go in there and teach. The first year, I taught most of the classes. Yeah. And so, but you can, to offset some of the costs, you can get sponsors, a gun store, prepper store. You can advertise on Facebook. You can also put in newspapers ads. But you can offset the cost and also get more people, especially if you go to a gun store saying, hey, I have a prepper group I'm starting. Can I put something on your wall here? And, of course, every gun store will go, well, preppers buy guns, they buy ammo. Sure. Yeah. And so the Charlotte group, we have a gun store that actually sponsors and pays for all our expenses. Yep. And so, but it may take 30, 60 days to get enough to have a meeting. It will grow if you do it. If you live in Pageland, South Carolina, you might not get. You live in a small city, expect small numbers.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Really? You think smaller?
Think about how
rural
liberal,
cities may
think
have
about
enough?
how liberal the city of Charlotte is.
Yeah.
I would say, conservatively, I would say probably 80 to 90% of those in Charlotte that do attend are probably from South Charlotte.
Right.
But if you go down into other areas around like Union County, Pageland, stuff like that, you probably would have more success.
Yep, I agree. Okay, on that was a good thought. Rural city, yeah. Hey, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Y'all hang with us. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
TheWonderMill.com, the best grain mills on the market, with the ability to mill several items that many grain mills will not. There are 2 grain mills to choose from. The Wonder Mill Electric. It's fast and gives you a vast variety of items it can grind. The Wonder Junior Hand Grain Mill can grind a wide variety of things that even some of the most expensive hand grain mills cannot, including oily grains, nuts, and seeds. Learn more about the most resourceful tool that you may ever own. See all the exciting things that Wonder Mill can do for you and what you eat at thewondermill.com.
Hey, I'm Joe Alton, MD. I'm here to remind you that disasters can happen anytime, anywhere, and you need to know what to do in an emergency. The new 2016 third edition of the Survival Medicine Handbook is the essential guide for when medical help is not on the way. The Survival Medicine Handbook covers every issue you'll face in times of trouble, and it's all in plain English. Get the Survival Medicine Handbook at Amazon.com. I guarantee one day you'll be glad you did.
We have exciting news. You can now afford to have your own freeze dryer. That's right, for the first time ever, it's possible to have a freeze dryer in your home. It was invented right here in America by Harvest Right. With this new appliance, you can freeze dry your own food and it will last 25 years. Imagine freeze drying fruit, vegetables, meat, and your own homemade meals. It's as easy to use as a microwave. Learn more about this amazing home freeze dryer at harvestright.com. Again, that's harvestright.com.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm here with Kyle. It's Friday night. Join us every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, good time to mention our giveaway.
Yep.
Go to preppingacademy.com and you'll see a little red button there. It says enter to win. And what we're doing is we're giving away a water filter, a SunJack solar panel, tack bar, ammo kit with bars in there. We got 4 or 5 prizes we're giving away. So go to preppingacademy.com and you'll see on the bottom of the home page there a place to enter to win. And we're going to have the drawing in 3 weeks. 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
Is it 4?
I think it's 4. We'll look at the calendar. I think it's 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, it's 4. 4 weeks. 3. Kyle's saying 3.
It's 3.
We are going to have the drawing, and we'll let you know.
Within the next month.
And all we're asking for there is really all you have to put is your email address. And then we'll email the winners.
Blood type, viable kidneys.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So that's at preppingacademy.com. You can also listen to some of our old archived shows there. We have information about me. You've yet to give me your profile. Is that about your operation security?
No. It's about me having a job, which very soon I'll have a lot more free time.
Okay. But that's preppingacademy.com. Go and join. What you're doing is you're joining our mailing list. Don't want to, I'll just be outright. And that's going to enter you into the drawing. And there's some great prizes there, some of our sponsors. And so good luck.
Yeah.
I talked to a guy today. He goes, what's the website I want to join? I want to win that SunJack. This is a $200 SunJack solar panel, best on the market. So anyway, not a commercial here, but yeah, that's preppingacademy.com. Did I say that?
Yep.
Okay. So back to this. You got to start a group, meet up. It's going to cost you a little money. You can offset the cost. You build it, they'll come. Every city, even smaller cities, you just got to meet other people. You got to sit across the table and meet other preppers. You cannot do this by yourself. So the first meeting, my first meeting was, the actual title was, Let's Talk Prepping. And I got 7 members. And the next one was called Meet and Greet. And I think we did talk about gardening in the second meeting. But, so getting people together. So let me ask you, Kyle, if someone that's thinking about starting a group, how much knowledge do they really need to have to do it?
It depends on the topic, but most of it, probably not that much. Most of it, they can probably spend 30 minutes to an hour, watch a few YouTube videos,
right?
Put down everything, and then Go through it, talk about it 15, 20 minutes, open it up for group discussion, talk about what's going on in the news, stuff like that.
Right.
Share your thoughts, concerns, what you're doing. And that's that. It's simple.
Yep. I think our third or fourth meeting, we even I didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't. I thought I did, but we played the conflicted card game.
Okay, yeah.
And I would ask the question. Well, actually, I handed all the cards out, and people would read the question and then answer it, and then the whole group would chime in, and it was amazing, the answers. One guy, no one ever forgets this, but something about an orphan coming up to his camp, and he said the first thing you do is blow his head off, and we're all going, what? It was hilarious, and we still talk about it. And his name was Al. He's an awesome guy, but everyone still talks about that one night, about how he said, hey, someone walk up to camp, you just blow their head off, and we're like, no, you can't do that. No, he's a child. Yeah. Well, how many people were behind? So he made, I won't say he made any good points. He made some points.
What was it, the one that I think we had one where a similar question came up as to what happens if there's someone that's in your group and it gets to a point where maybe they've broken some codes, some laws, maybe they stole, something like that. You have to get rid of them. But everyone always asks that really uncomfortable question, well, when you say get rid of them,
what does that mean? Yeah. So some great conversation come out of that. So we just played the conflicted card
might be convicted if you kill an orphan.
So in the first meeting too, you can ask for people for help because there may be more experienced people there.
Oh, absolutely. Just the people that we've had come to our group. It's been an interesting pool. I know one guy that we had come, Ted.
He was
Air Force survival instructor.
Air Force survival instructor.
So we had him talk.
We've had the president of the Beekeeping Society in the county.
Yep.
We've had Elemental, which she is amazing. She can teach tons of different things, but she's taught 2 or 3 classes. We have Bruce and Joe that have helped teach some classes. Our last big class, we did rabbits, bees, and honeymead. Mm-hmm. So we had 3 people teaching 3 subjects, and people love that because some people make this stuff really hard. Dude, are you going to yawn all night?
I know.
You played video games till what time?
5 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do that, Kyle. You're 50. Okay, wait.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. But hey, the first meeting, ask people to help you. But you got to get these meetings started. We started at Fuddruckers, 7 people. We soon learned that Fuddruckers is not a good place.
Yeah, very ambitious though.
Yeah.
Very ambitious.
We then moved to a restaurant where we actually got a private room where we could fit 100 people in there. And it's private. We get to shut the door. They don't charge us a thing. We just eat and pay the tips.
Yep.
And they love us. And we're one of their biggest nights when we have a big night. And but you got to do this. My third meeting we had, it was on bug out bags. And I don't care how long you've been prepping, you can lead a discussion on bug out bags because you can just say, hey, what does everybody have in their bug out bag? And your night's over. You're done. Because people will talk about that all night.
And a bug out bag is not going to be uniform for everyone. I remember talking to my mom about this years ago, and she made her own bug out bag to keep in her car. And at one point, I finally went through, and I was like, what are you putting here?
Lipstick.
Dude.
Nail polish.
There was like 4 rolls of toilet paper, two bottles of water, a bunch of like plastic forks.
Uh-huh.
There was just so much random junk in there. It was like, no.
Yeah.
No, you can't do it.
Anyone can teach that class, though. Or bring it up and let people talk about it.
Yeah. Maybe correct them about carrying 4 rolls of toilet paper with them.
So, and it needs to be in a restaurant so you can just sit across the table and chat. There needs to be time for just meeting and greeting and chatting. You come early. Everyone comes early at our groups.
Yeah.
I didn't even play. Our group started at 7 for years, and I would come I would always get there like 45 minutes early, and there's people sitting there eating.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh. I mean, it takes me a while to get things. And I'm like, oh, people want to sit and eat and talk. So then I started planning at 6 to 7, you come and eat. And, people show up when they can.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things, though, is you got to prepare yourself. If you're going to do this, take on this endeavor, which you need to. If you're not in one in your area, you need to start this. You need to prepare yourself. You need to, learn some of the basics. Learn some bug out basics. Just learn some of the prepper basics. So when you go in there and they go to the first meeting, they go, I'm not coming back to this. The guy's an idiot. He didn't even know what a get-home bag was.
Yeah.
Because he knew what a bug out was. So you got to know. You got to be a prepper. You got to kind of know some of the things to be the leader. You can still put it together and maybe find someone else to lead. But you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely.
So this could lead to a survival group. Matter of fact, it's the first step to a survival group.
Yeah. Maybe not even for you. You might look around the room and say,
mm-hmm.
For the first year, you don't see anybody in there that quite fits the criteria you want because they're wanting to shoot orphans. But someone in there might see that and be like, hey, I want
right.
that. That works
right.
for me.
Mm-hmm. And that's right. Without a doubt, there have been survival groups formed out of mine here in Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
But you then get to meet other people and go, and you can pick and choose who you want to be friends with, and then
the networking can definitely be, I would say definitely a good benefit, even just in the real world. If you're not having
right.
Look for something prepping wise, you might meet a ton of people there, like a new dentist, new doctor,
mm-hmm.
Business connections, graphic artists.
We have a wide variety of people come to ours. We do have a dentist, doctors, lawyers. Yeah. We've had way too many lawyers, actually.
Well, the end is nigh, and they know it.
We've had secret agents. We've had personal bodyguards that protect major celebrities.
Yeah.
You remember that guy?
Yep.
We've got ordinary people. We got NASCAR guys that come. We got blue collar, a director at a major company, downtown here. It's motorcycle drive. The motorcycle gang people. You look at, you wouldn't talk to on the street, and you go, "Oh, you're a prepper."
There's actually a lot of them that are preppers.
Yeah.
My aunt actually helped. You ever seen like the rallies they have in D.C. and that? When she was alive, she actually helped do a lot of the communications and orchestrating for those.
Uh-huh.
A lot of those guys are crazy preppers.
Oh yeah. And so you'd be amazed. We had an airline pilot. We have a guy that moves people all around the world. It's just a wide nurses. We've had a ton of nurses come through there.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to meet some great people. But you got to be ready. You got to be able to. And here's the thing. I know I'm in Charlotte, but I can help people. I've got a team of people that we can help people. We're always on the chat. I got one of them in the chat room right now. Joe Face is in there. He is very knowledgeable on how to do all this stuff. Send them questions right now in the chat room, And I got another guy. Where did Bruce go? Bruce is gone. He said he was watching Andy Griffith earlier. He needed to pause that, didn't he?
Oh my God!
I know, but we can help you. We don't mind helping you. We will help you form a group in your area and not charge you. That's not what we're trying to do this for. We just think it needs to be done. Kyle, people don't know how to get in touch with you, but they can through the preppingacademy.com.
I'm like Batman.
Batman.
You put up a signal in the air.
Yeah. He's listening but not chatting. So Bruce is listening but not chatting. But hey, next Friday night, come and join us. And if you have questions, there's experts in our chat room. I'm talking serious experts that can help you in any area and help you put these things together. And if you're in the Carolinas and you want to be a part of the Carolina Preppers Network, go to CarolinaPreppersNetwork.com. And you can see the list of cities. If the one's nearby, go to one of our meetings. Some of our cities have taken the summer off, mostly because I've been really, really, really busy, and I haven't found a leader in that city to help me with it, because I need a local leader in the city to facilitate, because I can't travel to every city every single time. But if I had local leaders in the cities, then we can schedule me or Bruce or Joe or Ellie or someone, you, would you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. And go and teach. I mean, these are some of the most experienced preppers I've ever met. I mean, how long you've been prepping? I mean, when I met you, you were the first person, I'll be honest with you, I think I told you this before, that ever was at the point I was, that, because I've been prepping for a long time. I've been doing this for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You were the first person I met that I felt that was at my level.
Yeah.
And I was like, finally, there's someone else out there who's been doing this, not just, yesterday.
Keyboard warrior talking about it online.
Oh, yeah, you're the king at that, for sure.
Yeah.
So next week, when you listen to this podcast, next Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, come over to Prepper Broadcasting Network, listen live, join in our chat room, and we've got experts in there. Also, don't forget to go to the preppingacademy.com, Prepping Academy. You can go to either the Prepping Academy or preppingacademy.com. Enter into our drawing that we're got great prizes we're giving away. You can also contact me. There's a contact page. Send your questions if you're wanting to start up a meetup, especially in the Carolinas. Get in touch with me. I got a guy out over in Waynesville that wants to start one, and I'm amazed there's not one there. And we've been in talks about starting one there. And if you're in Kalamazoo or Chicago, man, they need them in Chicago.
They need a lot of things in Chicago.
But no matter where you are, just reach out and we'll help you get started. I'll walk you through it, talk you through it, and email you through it. So you're gonna be here next week with us?
I should be.
You should be?
I should be.
Not sure what our subject's gonna be. Won't you pick a subject next week?
Ooh, conspiracy theory or one?
No, we're not. Okay, you can't pick one.
Okay.
But guys,
Planet X.
Planet X. No. I know in 4 weeks we're going to have the author of 1 Second After, William Fortune's going to be on. I think that's going to be in 4 weeks. We're going to have him on. In 2 weeks, I'm going to be broadcasting live from Prepper Camp in Saluda. That'll be on my phone, so the audio would be not so good. And you'll be at home relaxing in a recliner.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this virtual. And we're going to hope it's going to happen. I'll have maybe some live interviews with some people. There's a ton of people that's going to be there. That's at Prepping Camp, preppercamp.com. It's sold out, so I don't think you can go. You can't walk up and get tickets. It's not that kind of event.
Wonder if I pre-stage myself in a ghillie suit and pretend to be a bush.
Yeah, we would shoot you.
Crap.
That's probably going to be the safest place in North America that day, that weekend. But so go to preppingacademy.com, enter into our drawing. Again, we are live Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on over to Prepper Broadcasting Network, join in our chat room, and let me know where you are, how you want, where you want to start it, and we will help you. We got a team of folks that would love to help you get started. And I'm sure you're going to come back next week with a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, we'll see what Hillary's up to next week.
That's awesome. So, again, every Friday night, 9 p.m. I just want to get this down. We are live. Chat room, everything, a lot of fun. Thanks, Joe, for being in there. Everyone that's been in there chatting tonight. Joe's my buddy. And please join us. Tell your friends. Get people come over here and listen. We're trying to grow this network and help people, as you can tell. So thanks for joining us. Any last words? I mean, not forever.
Last words.
Last
God
words.
almighty. Did I do that bad today?
No. No.
Kyle's been replaced by Joe this week.
Yeah.
Oh, it works out, Joe.
Yep. Okay, guys. We will see you guys next week. You guys have a great week and reach out.
Have a good one, guys.
Take care.
Today's broadcast has come to you through the courtesy of the Prepper Broadcasting Network. See our hosts, show schedules, archived programs, and more at prepperbroadcasting.com. Thanks for listening.
Take your prepping plans and survival skills to the next level. Go to survivalsullivan.com to find a treasure of no-fluff prepping information on wilderness and urban survival, stockpiling, and much more. Everything you need to protect yourself and your loved ones. Go to survivalsullivan.com now.
Fashion Emergency Hotline.
Help! Labor Day weekend is my last chance for a summer selfie. My last look got hundreds of likes. How do I top it?
Just go to Old Navy.
Old Navy?
Yep, Old Navy's got the season's most liked styles, like dresses in the prettiest prints, jeans in new washes, and colorful tees to pair with them.
I like that.
Yeah, all jeans, all dresses, and all tees are 50% off through Monday.
50% off all those styles? I really like that. Thank you.
Don't thank me. Thank Old Navy. Valid 9/2 to 9/5. Active licensed and men's package tees excluded.
I figured out who the neighbor around the corner is.
Oh, yeah?
I like him a lot.
Ooh.
He lets me talk as much as I want, is very simple, and has great plans.
Okay, I have to meet him.
Sure. Say hi. This is Metro PCS.
Metro PCS is in your neighborhood. Come say hi and get unlimited data, talk, and text for only $30 period. All on the fast nationwide 4G LTE T-Mobile network. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figure it out. Coverage not available in some areas. 1 gigabyte of high-speed data included. See store for details, terms, and conditions, and data management info.
Has your data been hacked? Do you feel uneasy about the vulnerability of your personal information online? Were you involved in the Target, LinkedIn, or Microsoft data leaks? Don't know? If not, then pay attention. Join Forrest Garvin from PrepperNet for a free webinar on privacy and security. Gain insights into safe internet browsing, VPNs, crafting online aliases, secure emails, detecting if your data has been hacked, and managing passwords. Secure your spot today for this webinar on privacy and security. It's free. This webinar delves into comprehensive strategies for bolstering your online privacy. We've got you covered, from fortifying your passwords to shielding your financial information and mastering state-of-the-art encryption techniques. We're offering 2 convenient dates to suit your schedule. Reserve your spot now at preppernet.com/privacy. Don't let cyber threats erode your peace of mind any longer. Take the first step toward a safer, more secure online experience by joining us for our free webinar. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to safeguarding your privacy. Sign up now at preppernet.com/privacy. We'll see you there.